Last week on the broadcast, we talked about this woman by the name of Mary. They call her Mary Magdalene of the city of Magdala. And she had experienced a tremendous healing from the hands of Christ, who had spoke healing into her life. And if you go to the book of Matthew, or the book of Luke, chapter number 8, it says that she was healed of infirmities, and that she had devils in her, and they cast 7 devils out of her. So it says she was inflicted with infirmities, which tells me that she had sickness in her body. And I would imagine that this sickness was directly involved in these devils that were in her life. They were killing her. In essence, that's what they were doing. They were taking the very life out of her, because that's what the devil does. He's all about death. I've spoken about this many, many times on this broadcast. The devil is all about death and destruction. Steal, to kill, and to destroy. That's what he's all about. And he had taken possession of this woman because somehow or another she had done whatever it was that she did that opened herself up to these demons, devils, to possess her. But she was delivered. And from what I read here, that when she was touched by Jesus, she was not only healed of the devils and have them cast out of her, but her body was healed and restored as well. And now she looks to Jesus, who was responsible for all of this. And her heart is full of worship for him. And so she begins to follow him and becomes involved in the ministry. And you read about it here in the book of Luke chapter 2. It talks up to chapter 8, verse 2. It talks about how that her and these other ladies, they were involved in helping the ministry through whatever it took. And I'm speculating that they were the ones who prepared the meals and washed the clothes, or whatever it was that they could do to keep those men out there ministering to the people. And I thank God for people like that. I tell you what, to have people in your church that have those types of ministries and that type of a heart, and they understand the value of the work of the person who goes out and lays hands on people and preaches the gospel, and they're just there to hold them up. It's kind of like Aaron and Ur, and in the Old Testament, how they held up the hands of Moses. And we need those kind of people in the church, but oftentimes it's people who have been delivered out of these terrible worlds of darkness, that truly understand what deliverance is all about. And they want this for other people as well. And they're there to support. They're there to help. They're there to make ministry happen. And, church, I'm telling you what, this just tells me the great potential that is before us. I heard a preacher say one time, they said, hard times are good times for the gospel. And I think there's some truth to that, because there's people who they seem to be impossible to reach, but can be reached through the power of the Holy Spirit. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.